When you see that Cadillac coming through on them blades with them Carolina blades, bitch, get out the way. Stepping out with my ice on me and my killers trifling. You can end up with your life gone if you don't get out the way. I'm in the club out, drunk as fuck, throw in my setup. If another nigga push me, better get out the way. When you see me go into that trunk, ready to grab that pump, make that shit dump, pump, get out the way. Y'all niggas better get up out my way for I gotta send me out on Fox game to spray for I laid the motherfuckers down on the ground. Y'all niggas really had a whole lot of shit to say. Now the only thing I'm hearing is silence. The silence of the tennis whole scene, the violence. I sell dope in this club, it'll be stylish. Try to find something to fuck, but you got me the wireless. Tell me to chill before I lose it again. And when I lose it, losers be losing your friends. One shot from the Ruger, and you losing your limbs. The hardest nigga running out of here losing his tails. Hey, fucked up, y'all niggas can't stand me. The only reason you hate me because you hate me. And me, I'm something that the niggas just can't be. Simply lazy, EYE for SC. My Carolina niggas in here, just stand up. Put your guns in the air, forget some of your setup. When it rains and pours to the shells, don't let up. Better get up out my way before the hollers get ya. Hey. Before the holler is wet, you have your body leaking like a bottle of ketchup. If you in my way, your best bet is just to do what the song say, bitch, and get out the way. When you see that Cadillac coming through on them blades with them Carolina blades, bitch, get out the way. Stepping out with my ice on me and my killers trifling. You can end up with your life gone if you don't get out the way. I'm in the club out, drunk as fuck, throw in my setup. If another nigga push me, better get out the way. When you see me go into that trunk, ready to grab that pump, make that shit dump, pump, get out the way. Lazy out in the VIP, holding it down. Forget the crystal, man, my niggas pouring the crown. Hicking up about the liquor, I'm controlling it now. I'm holding a pound, that'll leave a hole in the crowd. But now, ace in the club, wildin' out. We getting hot up in this bitch, call a firehouse. If a nigga in my way, we gonna stomp him out. Have it looking like we trying to put a fire out. Nigga, catch your breath. You in my way, it's only right that you catch your left. I'm on the edge and you about to push me over the cliff. The ratchet is flowing, you leaking all over yourself. Ew. ST, you hear a bunch of niggas tripping, sipping on the Belvedere, wrist, neck, little like a chandelier. I'm in the caddy while you crack up in the Cavalier. Yeah. I'm taking over the spot, cocking the Glock. I'm in here calling the shots. I do this shit every weekend if I'm balling or not. I got it don't lie, believe that the boy don't stop. Nope. I put a hole through you and your crew. When you see me and my niggas bet to move, please don't make me show and prove. Oh, you know what to do. When you see that Cadillac coming through on them blades with them Carolina blades, bitch, get out the way. Stepping out with my ice on me and my killers trifling. You can end up with your life gone if you don't get out the way. I'm in the club out, drunk as fuck, throw in my setup. If another nigga push me, better get out the way. When you see me go into that trunk, ready to grab that pump, make that shit dump, pump, get out the way.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. This is a Throwback Thursday. You're listening to 2 Live Shoes Radio. Speaking of which, 1 p.m. today, the Ryan Stewart Show. Following Ryan will be the Jeff Fox Show at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. All of this Eastern Time. 4 p.m. Eastern Time, the Rude Dog Show with Rudy Reyes. And at 9 p.m. tonight, the Kicking It With Kesey Show, all here on 2LiveShoesRadio.com. Your NBA champions in 1978 were the Washington Bullets. I'm looking at this roster. Like, as much as I remember about the Dallas Cowboys, I don't remember nothing about the Washington Bullets. Names I do know. Elvin Hayes. I'm looking at the roster right now. I pulled up their roster because I know I needed to. Wes Unseld. Obviously remember Wes Unseld. Mitch Kupchak was on that team as well. So I guess maybe this was, at the beginning of his career. But Mitch Kupchak, former GM of the Los Angeles Lakers, was on this squad as well. Gus Bailey was on that squad. So your NBA champions in 1978 were the Washington Bullets. Let me read some of these messages in the chat. The number to the show is 404-822-5467, 404-822-5467. We're going to get to some current NFL stuff. News and notes out of the league. You had some preseason action last night with the Houston Texans taking on the Carolina Panthers. Give you my thoughts on Deshaun Watson, how he looked. Christian McCaffrey, we'll get into all of that. My man Jeff Fox from the Jeff Fox Show here on 2LiveShoesRadio.com posted in the chat. Man, nobody needs the NFL. Let me stop right there. I never said anybody needs the NFL. I never said that. This is not about Kaep. It is bigger than that. Did you not hear what Richard Sherman said? Yeah, I heard what Richard Sherman said. Let me stop right there as a matter of fact. Is Richard Sherman planning to protest some type of way? Was Richard Sherman one of the guys last year that knelt, that one of the few NFL players that did kneel for the flag, supporting Colin Kaepernick? I don't remember him being one. If he was, that's great. But is Richard Sherman going to boycott the NFL? I'm kind of answering your questions and to your points, Jeff. And once again, let me stop before I even go any further. No matter what I said, if you feel in your heart of hearts that boycotting the NFL will help this situation, will be support for Colin Kaepernick and benefit him in some way, I said all this again, but I think I probably need to just re-say a lot of this stuff going throughout the show. If you think that it's going to change something in this country, I 100% support you. I do. He goes on to say, Kaep did for Mike Brown, Trayvon Martin, Freddie Gray. Our people are being murdered, and he did not like it. So he will lose his job for saying something about it. Why should you boycott? What is the purpose? Wow. I'm going to take, in reading this comment, I'm going to assume that Jeff said all of these things or posted all of these things, which, by the way, he has a fantastic show on this network coming up today at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to assume that this post was made in between the time where I kind of alluded to the fact that I wasn't going to boycott, and I don't understand. I haven't heard a good enough reason why we should boycott the NFL, and when I gave you the reasons on why. Because I answered a lot of the questions on why should we boycott or why should we not boycott, and I guess, once again, for lack of a better term, the speech that I gave earlier. From J.B. Moore, I'm deleting alerts related to the NFL on apps such as Bleacher Report and ESPN. Okay, that's great. And you know what? There's different ways that we can protest. I've already told you what I plan on doing once I come up with a list on sponsors. That's the way that I'm going to go about supporting Colin Kaepernick. If I can find a better way, if one of y'all can tell me a better way to support Colin Kaepernick and his cause and support Colin Kaepernick and getting his job, remember, I'm willing to listen. I'm willing to listen. From Truck D, he says, love the Cowboys. Ain't nobody love no damn Cowboys. From Raider for Life, King of Fantasy Football, I take Carl's situation personally because I fell out with my family over similar issues. Everyone can't handle the truth and real talk about racial dynamics in the USA. From LD, no cap, no NFL from the D, and I'm not low-key watching the game, goddamn thing. And the people in my house know it ain't going down. No, my team or any other team. If he still isn't working by the Super Bowl, well, Ninja, it's college football only from here on out. I'm tired of this shit. I hear you, LD. Truck D, that's a man real strong in his convictions. And if your convictions are that strong, once again, I'm not trying to tell anybody not to boycott. Make sure you understand that. Make sure you understand. I'm not telling anybody not to boycott. I think I said that before I went to, the whole conversation. I'm not telling anybody not to boycott. I just asked the question, why and what do you think it's going to help? How do you think it's going to support Kaep? How do you think it's going to support some type of change in this country as far as relationship with the police and black men? From Brian Hill, I hope you got a lot of clear people not watch to you to really want to affect the bottom line. I hope y'all got a lot of clear people not to watch to if you really want to affect the bottom line. That's another thing about this. That's a very good point. What Brian Hill is basically saying is, man, white people need to support this protest. White people need to support Colin Kaepernick. White people need to support his protest of what's been going on in this country, once again, between the police and black men. Right. Like there's no reason. Chris Long was very passionate on his thoughts on why all of the players in the NFL, Howie Long's little boy, Chris Long, on why they should support Colin Kaepernick. And I don't understand why that's not league-wide, especially 100% from the black players, which, again, is the most disappointing thing about this. If the black players came together in unison and did something to show support for Colin Kaepernick. I don't know whether it's, kneeling or whatever it may be. If they did something, which is something that they can easily figure out that they could do together, week in and week out, prior to these games, during the week of these games, it would cause an immediate impact. Okay, you saw what happened at the University of Missouri a couple of years ago. They got the president fired, because of racial tensions there on that campus. But these players, man, and my brother is going to come in here, man, and tell you that these guys got families to feed and they got checks. I understand that. I'm not telling them. I'm not telling the players to boycott. What I'm saying is if they come together as one, united you stand, divided you fall. If they come together as one, what's the NFL going to do? They're going to fire? They're going to cut all of the players in the NFL? In particular, the black players, which make up about 70% of the league? There's strength in numbers. But these guys, man, seem to act like they don't get that. Or they're trying not to piss off their particular sponsors or whatever. If the entirety of black players in the league says, you know what, this is a big enough cause, I support Colin Kaepernick, this is what we're going to do week in and week out until we get some real dialogue between us and this country and the police and make some real change, or, side akin to that as well, Colin Kaepernick has a job. Okay? The latter, I think, is harder to even prove. I mentioned it earlier as well, where I don't think that 99 or 100% of these owners aren't giving Colin Kaepernick a job because of his protests. I just don't believe that. I think the majority are. Do I think that they've talked about it, off record, playing golf or at lunch or dinner with each other? Yeah. But you're not going to be able to prove that. And then at the end of the day, I don't think that 100% of the owners and the league, Roger Goodell and all of his components, are trying to blackball this guy. So, bottom line is if the players were to do something, man, I think something would change. But the players not even doing nothing. Think about that. The players not even doing nothing to a large degree. Okay, out of the black players in the NFL, how many last year stood with Colin Kaepernick or kneeled with Colin Kaepernick? What, 25? You know how many ninjas on every NFL team in the NFL? Way the hell more than 25. United we stand, divided we fall, man. And the players, I swear to you, man, and this is why the NFL players always get screwed when it comes to bargaining time. This is why they're always having lockouts, man. The NFL players, man, are scared. They are scared. They don't understand leverage. They don't understand negotiating. They don't. If they had an inkling of how much power they had, if they came together, this thing would be over. It would have been over. But they don't do it. They don't step up. Back in 3 minutes.
This is Key C from the
Kicking It with Key C show.
On the newly rebranded Two Line Studios Radio Network. We will continue to bring you the hottest, most interesting guests and commentary in the areas of social, politics, culture, music, and more. Continue to tune in.
Let's go, give it to you.